Good morning. It is Friday. That's training day. We are doing our training on trust and vet. If you want to learn how to trust people and vet them and what are the aspects of that, please join us. You can go ahead and email me. We'll pin it below. David@dmeltzer.com. We have trust and vet training. If you miss the trust and vet training, you can always get the replays anywhere on the podcast, the playbook. Download the playbook, trust and vet training. Over 21 years of training I've been doing, and they're posted there on the playbook. Check them out. Not only do you get billionaires, millionaires, entrepreneurs, celebrities, athletes, entertainers, all of the favorite and biggest and best to help you. Oops, sorry, cancel that. Thank you. Try it again. But you also get these trainings as well and some coaching sessions. Good to see you, Gail, Jake, everybody. Welcome. The questions are already pouring in. It is Friday, Funky Fresh Friday. It's Nick Glazer's 21st birthday this weekend. Nick, I want to say happy birthday early to you, celebrating there in San Diego. Most valuable lesson learned this week. Ignorance, that everyone is ignorant, that it would be impossible not to be ignorant. But there's two types of ignorant people. One is humble ignorant people that don't know what they don't know, that institute rule number 6, that they don't take themselves so seriously, that are always seeking the light, the love, and the lessons, acknowledging, remembering, reminding that they don't know what they don't know, that they're searching for what they are connected to and through. That's one type of ignorant person, knowing that there's trillions of universes and that there's trillions of data points, and it's impossible to know exactly what is going on. We can just do our best to enjoy the consistent, persistent pursuit of that truth, but we don't know the truth. It would be impossible. There's too many variables, too many facts, too many things to know. The second type of ignorant people are what I call the ignorant, arrogant people. They think they actually know what they're talking about. They are certain, and their arrogance is displayed through their ego of separation, through inferiority, superiority, the anger, frustration, anxiety, worry. They project onto others. They try to distract and distort and divert other people's attention by attacking other people instead of worrying about themselves. The ignorant, arrogant are the dangerous people. The ignorant, humble people will allow us to clear the interference, not only between us and that great source of power, light, and love, but everyone else. So acknowledge the fact that you don't know what you don't know. Live under rule number 6 and don't take yourself so seriously, but be an ignorant, humble person, not an ignorant, arrogant person. That's my lesson for the week, and I'm sticking to it. Thank you so, so much. It'll stop you from lying to yourself. For those of us that do that more time than we should. We all do it, but those who do it more time than they should. Can you recap the great experience on Clubhouse this morning? Yeah, thank you. I had Dr. and Master Shah, S-H-A. We're going to be doing a demonstration of what has changed my life, the most impacted my life, the most influenced my life, the most kind of like my bracelets that Master Shah has given to me and blessed me with. I don't really know how it works, why it works, but it works for me, and it has no risk to me or anybody else. That's my golden rule. Maybe I'll make that rule number 5. If it doesn't have any risk and it works for you, then do it. If it doesn't have any risk at all to you or others, and it works for you, then do it. Master Shah explained the calligraphies I trace and the bracelets I wear. And we're going to be doing a demonstration of those calligraphy and blessing everybody with financial abundance, awareness, wellness that he has blessed me. And I've been practicing minimum 10 minutes a day, tracing calligraphies, wellness and financial calligraphies, keeping me healthy, happy, worthy, and wealthy, clearing the interference between me and what I already am. Tell me more about your meetups. Every city I go into, I will be doing a meetup today at 3:15 at the Lowe's Coronado. I just get everybody together to ask me questions and to network with each other, but I answer any questions about anything. Bring your own questions. I'll bring the answers. Leverage the situational knowledge dummy techs that I've learned over the years. They're getting pretty big. We had quite a big one in Indy and Chicago, and now we're going to be down in San Diego at Lowe's Coronado today, 3:15 p.m. Pacific time. Reach out to me if you want to get all the details, david@dmeltzer.com. So Keaton, I look forward to seeing you. I see you're coming as well. We're going to have quite a few people there. Very, very excited about that. Um, what is your favorite part of being a business coach? Well, learning. The greatest part is, making myself articulate what I know in a simple enough form for someone to hear what I'm saying. I know it's not people listening to me. I have to look and see what they're listening for and then be able to articulate what they're listening for so I can empower them to empower others. And in the process of being a business coach, mentor, and teacher and trainer, I learn the most. When we can articulate in a simple way what we know, we actually learn. And that capability is a superpower. And I'm blessed to have and to practice that every day by having free trainings like today on Trust and Vet. I have all my free books, exercises, guides. Anybody, ebook, audiobook, you want me to sign a copy of my book and ship it to you, I'll pay for everything. David@dmeltzer.com. I got open-ended question templates. I got a template for referral agreements. I have all types of different things that I can send you. All you got to do is ask, David@dmeltzer.com. And that's the blessing of being a mentor, a teacher, a coach in business and personal. Sometimes I feel like I'm a business therapist as well. Are you hosting a meetup today in San Diego? Yes, I am at the Los Coronado Hotel at 3:15 p.m. Pacific time. What's your favorite part about public speaking? Telling stories and teaching lessons, being able to not only motivate people to get up, to get back up, to get started, to get back started, but teaching them the tools that I can provide them in order to clear the interference between me and what I already am: wealthy, healthy, worthy, and wealthy. So very good. Love speaking and teaching those lessons through stories. Oh, Kelly's here. Let me take this last one. I feel bad that I'm not achieving, even if I'm putting so much effort into it. What do I do? Please advise. First of all, you are achieving. It takes about 90% of the effort to get any result. So you just don't see it. But the good news is when you do see a result, you're almost there. You're 90% of the way there. Then in 5% more of the effort, it will double to 50% of the way there. And then in 5% more of the effort or less, it will be 100%, then 200, 400. 99% of the people quit before they see a result. Of the 1% that remained, 99% of the 1% quit before the next 5% occur, which exceed twice the results. Use exponential growth, compound interest, understand segmentation. Go email me. I'll send you the pond example of acceleration, growth, and segmentation. It's a great pond example. Ask for it, David@dmeltzer.com. 35 is not too late to become a millionaire. All right, let's get Kelly in here. We are blessed to have Kelly. She is the speaker of life. And after skating for 20, there she is. Good morning.
Hey, good morning. How are you?
I am terrific. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you. Thank you so
Well,
much for this. I'm so excited.
I'm excited. I love see, they call you a motivational speaker, but I think you're much more than that. You transcend motivation. Motivation is a short-term spark of energy, which you do provide to people. But I've been blessed to hear you speak, and I would much prefer to define you as an inspirational speaker to help people not only get up, get back up, but really get them there. And after skating for 25 years at the highest level, you understand what it takes in the long run, not just in the short run, to get up and to get back up. What is your favorite lesson that you teach when you speak, and where in your journey did it come from?
Yes, thank you so much for that question. I love it. I think really in my journey was my accident, to be honest with you. When I had a double compound fracture, it was that mindset of right then and knowing that my foot, wasn't attached to my leg, but laying there, even on the way to the hospital, I always love telling this story, asking the paramedics, when can I skate again? And they just kind of laughed at me and said, your foot is not attached to your leg. And so I think that was my huge, moment of knowing that in my story, that is where it really started for me to grow as an athlete. And, being knocked down previous times, that, this was just another, lesson to get over.
And we talk about attaching our emotions to an outcome. I've worked
Mm.
with so many different athletes in my career and have transcended that lesson for myself in my own career. Although I was never a world-class athlete, even though I dreamed about it every day as a little boy, just like
Yes.
you did. What mechanisms or tools did you use to detach your emotions from the outcome when things take a turn in your life, and especially, dreaming of a gold medal? And I think, I like speed skating as the best example, because I could imagine, being a John Boyle or an Apollo Ono, and working
Mm.
so hard and so long to lose by, or let's just say, I have a better way to put it. They wish they had Dave Meltzer's nose when they raced, because they could actually win the race because they had my nose instead of theirs.
Oh my gosh, yes. No, he did not. Um, oh my gosh, that's hilarious. But setting the emotions aside, for me, it was a huge growth through, and I don't know really where I learned it or picked it up, but in every lesson that I found that everything happens for a reason. And that in that moment that, when I made the 2010 team and within 24 hours, I was being taken off of that 2010 team when I just made a childhood dream come true. I mean, you want to talk about from a highest to the highest to the lowest within 24 hours. And, I could have easily walked away from that, but detaching that emotion to it and feeding off of it. I love, and that's really, I think, where I became the comeback kid is because I've driven off of that negativity and, set aside the emotions, because if we attach that to us and carry it with us, I believe as a speed skater or just an athlete in general, you can't move forward, especially being an athlete and an entrepreneur, is because if you bring that with you, you're just going to be stuck in that mud. You're going to be stuck in that quicksand and not be able, to get out of it. And, for me being who I am and being an athlete, essentially half of my life now, it's just something that I've always known to do, is that you have to separate, that bad stuff, that negativity, to be able to grow and to keep getting faster and to keep going to where you want to go. Because if you don't, then you're always going to be stuck in that sand. And I think that was a huge lesson for me.
Watching the Olympics this year, and I'm blessed to be on the Olympic committee and, on the board
Mm-hmm.
for USA Shooting. One of the things that was missing, I think, that a lot of people don't realize was a lot of the B-roll. Because of
Mm-hmm.
COVID, we weren't capable of telling the stories and having the emotional attachment to the stories and the lessons that come with those stories, like your stories. There's so many others that inspire so many other people. You work a lot with Spence. Where
Mm-hmm.
do you see the parallel with an apparent physical disability or mental disability that separates these children? There's a saying in South Africa: don't let people piss on your chips.
Mm-hmm.
When we have disabilities, people piss on us, they laugh at us, they scoff at us, they make fun of us. Uh,
Yeah.
but I get choked up thinking about it. If you're like you, who have inspired me, they
Mm-hmm.
eventually applaud you. And you
Mm-hmm.
may not have achieved what you wanted in a gold medal, but more people applaud you now than if you had won the gold medal in 2010 or 14, which means so much more. And then the amount of people that you impact with what you've learned is even greater. Where are the parallels with someone that is in a special ed program that is not a world-class athlete?
Mm. Well, you made me kind of like choke up there because it's so special to me. And I think that's why I'm so driven to get my story out there, is exactly just because of what you said. And I want to be bigger than the Olympics, because at the end of the day, when you know me, it's just a title. It's not an entitlement. I am absolutely no better than anybody else. I'm just like everybody, in this world today. And that's, why I gravitate so much towards my learning disability and going back to it, because I was that girl who was so ashamed of it in middle school and high school. I mean, I never wanted to admit that, I was different or set aside from everybody else through that. So now that I'm older and now that I can look back, I'm so thankful that I have a learning disability, because I really use that parallel towards my sport and towards my skating. And I always say at the end of the day, thank God that he didn't answer those prayers that I wanted to answer, to be smart and to be to fit in, because now I'm so grateful to have that, because if I didn't, I wouldn't be able to sit here today and talk to you and to learn and to grow within myself, to to have the connections and still be friends with my special ed teacher. I actually just talked to her two days ago for an hour and a half on the phone. I'm like, who in their 30s can say that they talked with their special ed teacher for an hour and a half today? And she was my 8th grade teacher. So, so I think it's something that's so special. And that's why, I'm so just passionate about and telling my story and helping so many others, is because no matter what disability you have, what you look like, who you are, you can achieve anything and everything that you want to get to. And I just love that, rather, in talking back to the special ed. And the year after I retired, this always really gets me choked up, but I work with at an elementary school with kids who had special needs. And I went from an athlete to walking into a classroom that I've never dealt with, kids who are nonverbal. And I worked with 4th through 6th grade. And coming from a learning disability myself, I just thought they were kind of like me, but on a whole completely different level, where they may never talk or they may never get out of diapers for the rest of their life. And it was in that moment of my life too that I said, it didn't matter who I was. They saw me and they looked into my soul, and I just got to be Kelly. And I think that's so important too for me and who I am, is because I don't have to be Kelly the skater girl or Kelly the Olympian, because at the end of the day, I necessarily don't want to be that. I just want to be Kelly because that's who I am. And I want to connect with, those souls that, who, if you're having a bad day and you meet them the next day, they may have a bad day forever because they never talk, but they know no different. And I think that's something that I'm so passionate about. And that's why I love, having that.
Yeah, that's awesome. And, it's so interesting that we want to be seen as we show up. And that's different than how other people perceive us. The other thing that you said, which I want to point out, because in all different levels, people have a huge separation in something. Do not equate your intelligence or how smart you are with what grades you get. There's such thing as a good student. And I know a lot of good students that, do not have the intelligence or the emotional intelligence or the adaptable intelligence or all these other superpowers that create abundance and passion and purpose and profitability, as we see through history. Just because you get straight A's doesn't mean that you're smarter than someone that doesn't. And so to be discouraged because you don't necessarily fit within the context of an educational system that was built for a different reason almost 100 years ago is ludicrous, capricious, and arbitrary. And I encourage anyone that has what is deemed a learning disability to realize that you could take your weakness and put it into a different place and it becomes a superpower. And I know that you know that personally. Last thing, because we're running out of time and I want to have more conversations with you. And I am so blessed to have shared this time with you and what you're doing to empower others to be happy. Could you share with us your favorite quote and why?
Yes. My favorite quote is really from my inline coach, who became my father figure all through my skating career before I switched over to ice. And it was always, your legs are going to hurt whether you win or lose. So you might as well win if you can. And that has just always stuck with me and I carried that onto the ice and with practice, or even nowadays, now that I'm retired. And that was one of them. Your legs are going to hurt no matter what. Your body's going to hurt when you don't want to get out of bed and go to the gym. And another one was, he had always said, on those dog days when you don't want to do it, those are your best days and those are your best workouts. So that has really stuck with me. Those little quotes to keep on moving on life, and no matter what, there's always a silver lining. So those little quotes have always, reminded me that I may not be going to the gym like I used to be, throwing up until my legs give out, but I still remember, those dog days are what makes you, a true champion. And that's what, has really stuck with me.
Well, the legs feed the lion, and nobody knows that better than a speed skater. That's for sure. And exactly. I would say that I've started many workouts not wanting to do it, but I will tell you this: I've never ended one workout saying, "God, I wish I didn't do that." So I remember, just get started. Use Einstein's and all the other great physicists of the world who say nothing happens until you move. So get moving, no matter how much pain you're in. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. Come back and join me again. You are a true inspirational and motivational speaker. KellyGuntherSpeaker.com. You are incredible. Keep up the great work. We
Thank
appreciate you.
you. Thank you so much, David. I appreciate it. Looking forward to talking soon.
Absolutely. Bye-bye.
Bye.
He's amazing. If you want to move and inspire, hire Kelly. She's awesome. As you can tell, her story is so amazing, and she's so amazing, and she is paying it forward and giving it back to those in greater need than she is. It's Funky Fresh Friday. We're here. We got training here in about 2 hours and 40 minutes at 11 a.m. Pacific time. Join me for trust and vet training. Secret to life is to trust people and then vet them utilizing the great chain of believing and feeding. We can do that. What do you do instead if we don't have Dr. Saul's calligraphy? Meditate. Go on YouTube and find his videos. There's a ton of different things that you can do to connect to the field of intention, to use what you think, say, do, and believe, to utilize the mathematical equation of luck, to pay attention to focus in on, and give intention to the coincidences that you want. It's so easy, but you got to be consistent and persistent in the pursuit of your potential. Thank you so much. I really want to know the answer to this because I'm so nervous about it as a sports person like yourself. What's your prediction on the John Cena versus Roman Reigns on Saturday? I think John Cena is going to win. That's my prediction. And like I said, I'm ignorant and humble because I don't know what I don't know. So your guess is as good as mine, but that's what I think, what my intuition is telling me. Love John Cena. Thank you for all your great advice, lives, and inspiration, how to change negative energy. I have a process called Stop, Drop, and Roll. I have a process called Cancel, Clear, Connect. I will send them to you. David@dmeltzer.com. I cancel negative thoughts. I clear my mind subconsciously of all negativity to host in the 40,000 of the same thoughts I draw to each day that also speak to or send a signal to my unconscious company that changes my personality traits, characteristic obsessions, and addictions from negative to positive. So I use the conscious continuum with Cancel, Clear, connecting to that field of intention, the positive field of light, love, and lessons, the higher frequency that will change and expand and grow within me, because life itself is longing for itself to expand and grow to include us. And we will join in about 4 minutes, Branya Shillo from FI Lemonade. So get ready for that. Let's answer a few questions before we bring them on. What's the difference between theta meditation and other meditations? Theta meditation is based off of frequency and your vibration in your brain waves. So we're utilizing a different frequency through meditation to elevate your awareness through vibration. Other meditations may not elevate your vibration, but have a better sense of practice of calm, of quiet. So it's just a different technique to raise your awareness, one that is more conducive and aligned with my own quantum being, my own personality traits, characteristics, obsessions, and addictions. I have difficulty staying quiet. So the idea of elevating as an activity, as an action to raise my vibration to a theta level, where I can have awareness to go to the 7 planes and manifest what I want by taking nothingness and turning into a possibility by dreaming about a what, and then becoming inspired through the theta meditation to make my possibility a probability, and then to transcend that back down into reality, to slow down the vibration with discipline and strategy and awareness in order to effectuate my probability into a perspective or my reality. Email me, david@dmeltzer.com. I have all this in my books, which I'll email to you, book, audiobook, or I'll send and ship it to you. I'll pay for everything. Don't worry. David@dmeltzer.com. We got time for another question before I bring Branya in and on. So here we go. Speaking of theta meditation, how can people attend your event with Master Shah on August 31st at 1:15 p.m. Pacific time? Just email me, david@dmeltzer.com. We'll get you signed up. It's free. We're just going to demonstrate how the calligraphy and theta work, how vibration and frequency work, how you can change your life with wellness, financial, family, whatever you want, heal an organ, how calligraphies can help assist in that, from a medical doctor as well as a Qigong healer, a mind, body, soul healer, the most impactful person in my life, the infamous Master Shah, S-H-A. I love him. and I appreciate him doing this for my community. Thank you so, so much. All right, we will get started here. I will bring on our founder and CEO of Fisher's Island Lemonade. You gotta love that. Where did Branya go? This is my problem with trying to get my questions in. I lose track of my friends in here and have to go backwards to find them because all of you have so many great comments. I see that they're here. Thank you for your patience. Here we go. Fi Lemonade. Here we go. Fisher Island FI Lemonade. There she is. Hi, Branya.
Good morning. How are you, David?
Amazing. How are you?
Doing pretty fantastic for Happy Friday.
Happy Friday, and a Friday that is also something else I heard, which is particularly aligned with what you do. Hey, hold on a second. I got to give a big shout out. My daughter's in here, and she lives in New York. So, hi, Marissa. All right. I had to do that. Sorry. What is so special for someone with Fisher Island Lemonade about today?
Well, today is pretty exciting because it's National Lemonade Day. Today, Friday the 20th, we are celebrating National Lemonade Day with our spiked Fisher's Island lemonade.
And there's no better way to celebrate than with the spiked lemonade. I'll tell you that. I'm a big fan. And what, in such it's a ready to drink hard lemonade, what makes it so special, right? When I talk about successful companies and successful products, there's always something that distinguishes it in the experience, in some way. What is the thing that you think most distinguishes Fisher Island from other types of products that are in the similar space?
I think there's definitely a couple of unique things, but first and foremost, this is something that I created 7 years ago. It's a recipe from my family's bar on Fisher's Island, and it consists of 2 spirits.
Wait. You old enough to drink when you created this?
I was legally old enough to drink. I was 28
You
years old.
You don't look it. Go ahead.
Yep. So our product is actually a dual spirits cocktail, and it's got distilled spirits of vodka and whiskey, lemon, and honey in all of the products. So I think it's pretty unique in the sense that you're getting a really elevated premium cocktail, convenient, ready to take wherever you want to go. You can order it at a bar, you can bring it out to the beach, on a boat, share it with friends. And it's not a ready to drink that's consisting of malt or wine spirits. So you're pretty much getting what basically a bartender would make for you at your local pub.
And I think it's not just your bias that's saying that, because you're winning all types of awards in all types of competitions. So I believe what you say to be true, and I've tasted it myself. So I can see why you're winning those awards. How important is the quality of the lemonade?
I mean, the lemonade, I think, is definitely a major component because, I mean, it's lemons, it's citrus, it's America. I mean, it's apple pie and hot dogs. In my opinion, it's classic. And, there's so many things that go along with lemons that we definitely have a lot of fun mixing and muddling. And it's actually one of the reasons why we extended our product lineup to these 3 new SKUs, which is a spiked tea, a cranberry lemonade, and then a lighter, like spritzer seltzer version of our original.
And you could mix 2 of them together and make a John Daly, right?
Exactly. Yep, you can spice it up more. It's really refreshing.
Without even his endorsement. So he's a good friend of mine, and I love to mix my hard iced tea with hard lemonade. And when you have 2 quality products, I just need a bigger can to pour it into, or a bigger thing. Now, mentorship is something that's so important, and mentorship comes from all different places. Unfortunately, my mom, or fortunately I should say, my family has great mentorship when it comes to academic education, when it comes to being a parent. My mom's probably my best mentor. I have 4 children of my own, and I don't have to go very far to get advice for what to do, which is so essential and important in my life, which is why I give a shout out to my daughter. So hopefully I can continue that legacy. I dreamed of having a family that knew business, any kind of business, because I have this innate quantum interest and motivation and inspiration towards business. For you, were you naturally inspired with the family-owned business, or was it something that was learned? And then furthermore, how did you leverage your family as mentors to come up with this great creation?
I definitely can attest to having, appreciation for family and mentors. I'm the youngest in my family, and I couldn't be more appreciative of my parents and my older sister just being able to continue to push you, challenge you, and support you. Outside of that, just great mentors from, my high school days to coaching and everything. But when it comes down to a family business, especially something like a restaurant or a bar, I mean, you have a built-in community because of your customers that are constantly frequenting and, coming out for a bite to eat or a drink. And they're always checking up on you and they're always encouraging you. But at the same time, they're also some of my test consumers, so they give you really great, honest feedback. And when it came down to creating Fisher's Island Lemonade and putting it into a can, there was just an overwhelming amount of excitement when it came down to business because it wasn't a beer, a wine in a can. It was something that was very fresh and new, and I really needed that support and people to continue to believe in you and want to see where you're taking the product and making them proud. So I absolutely love being a mentor to whether it's our brand ambassadors or even some of our scholarship participants. We do have an entrepreneurship scholarship that we give to a graduating high school senior. So yep, I absolutely love being a part of that, just kind of showing people that there is an option out there to go ahead and take a risk and try something new. And it's going to be scary, but it's going to be incredibly rewarding. And that's what continues to drive me personally is, the constant challenges, the newness, but the excitement and the reward that comes with it.
That's awesome. We have to get Fisher Island Lemonade involved in the 2-minute drill to assist these entrepreneurs and in some way, as you guys are so aligned with empowering them. Now, your older sister, I have so many siblings and they've had a great impact on me positively and negatively. Is your sister in the business, and what impact does your older sister have on you?
She's incredibly involved in my life just from day to day. But she was really a major encouraging, just sibling, sister, friend, mentor that continued to push me from day one. When I had this crazy idea, aha moment behind the bar at like 2 a.m, she was just like, yeah, that'd be a great idea. I totally think that this would resonate, not only on Fisher's Island, but elsewhere. And I mean, she's definitely my biggest cheerleader, in my opinion, not only with Fisher's Island Lemonade, but in life. And, she's not directly involved working for us, Fisher's Island Lemonade, but she's pretty much, there as the biggest supporter and biggest, board member, I would say.
Well, Fisher's Island means a lot to me. I actually was blessed to do a movie that hopefully will come out with Angelo Pizzo, David Anspaugh, the guys who did Rudy and Hoosier, from a man named Carl Fisher. And Carl Fisher is actually my favorite entrepreneur of all time. And Fisher's Island is named after Carl Fisher, who's the richest man on earth 3 different times, bankrupt in between, created the Indy 500, Fisher's Island, Montauk, South Beach, and is, reminiscent of the energy that you carry. I think that somehow, places as well as people carry energy, and that entrepreneurial spirit that you're carrying on with the scholarships and the support that you're giving to other entrepreneurs and your family has given to you. And we all get to benefit from it, especially here on National Lemonade Day. Were you familiar who Carl Fisher is and at all in his entrepreneurial journey?
I'm not. I'm definitely really excited to Google him and take a look and appreciate that. That's like Carl Schillo I know, or sorry, Carl Fisher I know is actually my uncle.
Yeah, exactly. He's probably named after the original Carl Fisher. But yeah, definitely check it out. He created the Lincoln and Holland freeways that connected the United States and built the Indy 500 to prove to Europe that our cars were better than them, from Michigan down to Indianapolis. And he actually lost his brother. Talk about support of the family. The reason that they call it the Brickyard is that he originally used a certain type of asphalt called asphaltum that bubbled, and his brother was utilizing a test vehicle when they built the Indy 500 and crashed and killed himself in the crash. So they switched it to bricks so it would be even. But definitely at Fisher Island's Lemonade, it would be a great thing to understand and to know, and maybe some marketing plays beyond my 2-minute drill, which we're going to reach out to you to get your support and to look into promoting you guys there, because what an incredible thing. All right, last question real quickly. What's next? We have 3 different SKUs right now. What's next on in the pipeline as we celebrate today in your company?
Oh man, what's next? There's definitely a pretty open road there. This is our 7th year in the business of creating Fisher's Island lemonade, and it took us 6 years in order to sort of launch these next new SKUs. And I felt that it was really important to be patient and to just take my time to educate our consumers, our retailers, our distributors of what the ingredients were in the can here. And going forward, I think it's getting a little bit easier because consumers are becoming more educated and inquisitive about what they're actually putting in their bodies and looking for higher quality ingredients. At the same time, we're really looking to answer a lot of people's questions and demands of when are we going to go to this state and to that town, and when are we going to come out with another fun flavor that's very approachable and refreshing like we have done with these here. We also sort of innovated outside the can this and created our first spirit popsicle. So if you can think of putting a nice refreshing lemonade in the freezer and enjoying that on the summer evening, that's definitely something that we like to continue to push the envelope and listen to our customers and just continue to sort of build on their feedback.
Yeah, you just can't get those popsicles mixed up with the kids' pops. That's the only danger of those. But otherwise, that sounds delicious. I've invested in a few of those companies with frozen alcohol, and it's incredible. I'm a big fan of the John Daly, so let's mix that lemonade with the iced tea and get an endorsement deal going with him from my background, and I think it's going to be incredible. You are an incredible entrepreneur, a true American, and what a great holiday we all celebrate today with you, with Fisher Island's lemonade, the hard lemonade with the best ingredients and the best family behind it there on Fisher Island. Thank you so much. Hold it up for us. I know you set it up. There it is. Awesome.
Thanks. Happy National Lemonade Day, everybody. Enjoy.
Celebrate everything celebratable on National Lemonade Day. Thank you so much. We appreciate you, Branya. Take care. You can check them out at filemonade.com. Easy to find. Thank you so much. I'll see you soon.
Bye, Dave.
Bye. Okay. She's awesome. Another Fisher. It must come in the lineage. Check out Carl Fisher, by the way, Fisher Island and Fisher Island Lemonade. Incredible guest today. As always, let's take a couple questions before we move to 2 hours and 24 minutes from now. Trust and vet training for everyone. If you miss it, the replays are all on the playbook. If you haven't downloaded the playbook, you haven't downloaded the playbook. You got to hear it. Over 800 or so, 50 episodes of the greatest billionaires, millionaires, entrepreneurs like Branya, celebrities, athletes, entertainers, giving you their playbook to success and how to seek and find the mentorship necessary and the lessons that we all need in order to make a lot of money, help a lot of people, have a lot of fun, and elevate others to do the same, empower others to do the same. Let's scale this out while we're enjoying an FI, the Fisher Islands Lemonade. What's happening, Marco? Good to see you. I'm going to take one more question before we get going here. If I didn't answer your questions, reach out to me, david@dmeltzer.com. I'll send you an ebook, audiobook. I'll help you. That's okay. I'll sign a book, send it to you, and ship it to you. I'll pay for everything. Don't worry. What is the importance of open minds, open hearts, and open hands? Well, for me, talk about today in training, it's how I vet. I want to make sure I'm not dealing with a closed mind. We're too connected. We have too much reach, too much amplification and perpetuation in order to waste our time with a closed mind. In order to find a closed mind, we got to have an open mind template. So I have a template of questions to ask to determine if someone has a closed mind or an open mind. Why? Because it takes 1,000 times the energy to convince or share a vision with a closed mind than it does an open one. If someone has an open mind, they have an open heart, the way they feel towards you, and open hands that give and receive. Hold out your hands. Realize that this is how we give and how we receive. Open minds, open hearts, and open hands are what we're looking for here. That's what we do here every day. We appreciate you. We love you. Thank you so much. I appreciate both inspirational women today, Kelly and Branya, incredible, the inspirational speaker and Olympian, Kelly Gunther, and of course, Branya Shalot. She is amazing with Fisher Islands Lemonade, and it's National Lemonade Day. Have a lemonade on me. Let's celebrate Nick's birthday with a lemonade. Be kind to your future self. Have a lemonade and do good deeds. We'll see you in about 2 hours and 20 minutes on Trust and Vet Training. join me, David at dmeltzer.com. Thank you.